Hello, hello! It's about time to do my highway run with this EX90 Twin Motor. I'm just about to kick off my highway range test, starting from here at the Oslo fashion outlet, just topping the EX90 up to 100%. It's actually charging pretty rapidly. I had over 50 kilowatt and we are at 97%. Now the fan have started. You know, there's active cooling here and I can just feel the fan blowing in, because there's an opening mechanism here. So it's closed or open, but now it just opened to get more cooling to the battery. It's really pumping in the power. I've never seen a car charges this fast at this high state of charge. So yeah, pretty interesting. But as I said, highway range test. Starting from here in Oslo, my plan is to drive south towards a place called Torp Köpecentrum in Sweden. I got the highway just over here. So this is going to be primarily highway driving. I'm going to drive south to this shopping mall, and then I'm going to return back here. My plan is to return back here with between 5 and 10% state of charge, and also do a charging test at the end. This charger can provide up to 360 kilowatt, but the EX90 can only receive 250. This is peak power. But there is a but here, because the EX90 are 400 volt car. And same are these chargers. If you're gonna get 250 kilowatt, you need a charger that can output up to over 625 amps. The regular one is 500 amps. This is like CCS standard. And it's only actually Tesla that can provide over 500. And now the flaps have closed again. I'm just gonna look if it's fully charged. Yeah. We are at 98%, pumping in 31 kilowatts, but the flaps closed. But yeah, the trip we got in front of us is about 175 kilometers from this location and down to this another shopping mall. And I'm going to do it both ways. And then, yeah, charging test at the end to see how the 10 to 80 curve will be on this 400 volt charger. 200 kilowatt, but let's kick off this highway range test.
I wanna give you a million things, cause isn't love what it's all about? And how to make you smile again, something that I wanna figure out. I wanna catch you like every time that you fall. I wanna give you the world that is outside your walls. If I was God, I would save you, take you where you belonged. If I could, I would give something new, then I would have what it takes, make you feel like you're safe. Cause all I need is just someone like you, someone like you, someone like you. Yeah, I just need someone.
I'm not sure what to say. I'm just super amazed by the range of this EX90. When I started at the Oslo fashion outlet, it estimated a return percentage at 14%. I will arrive at this Torp Köpecentrum with about 61 or 62%, and the return will be 14% state of charge. But I was 100% sure that this would drop with the increased speed. But it didn't drop, it just increased, because I have driven past this Torp Köpecentrum. I had like 62% or 63% when I drove past it 15 minutes ago. I still have 59%. I'm now at Ljungskile and it still arrives 14% at return destination at this Oslo fashion outlet. And I need that to be like 5%, at least under 10. And I have driven, I think it was 1 hour and 45 minutes. Distance was it 186? I think it was like 186 kilometers. Let me just go back here. What happened here? Oh yeah, I'm not on the newer pictures. Yeah, 189 kilometers I have driven. 189, and I have 59% remaining. Yeah, driven 1 hour and 43. Just stopped now, the first stop, just to grab some food and some drinks and some candy, because it's going to be a slightly longer day than I had thought. But now I just have to continue down towards Gothenburg, and then when I see that the state of charge drops to like between 5 and 8%, I will find an appropriate place to turn around and then head back to Oslo Fashion Outlet. But holy crap! Yeah, I'm just super amazed of this. Can you let me in, my dear? I'm super amazed by this EX90. Delicious seats. I got amazing massage. Bowser Wilkins kicking on. What a place to be. But yeah, let's continue driving.
I wanna wake up in the morning with someone new. I wanna do the things they say we shouldn't do. I wanna wake up in the morning with someone new.
So we are back here at Oslo Fashion Outlet. My highway range tests are over, and I have to say I'm mighty impressed over the EX90 today. So I had to celebrate with a can of Coke. It's also quite hot today, so perfect conditions for a highway range test. Right here is about 22 degrees Celsius. During the test I had between 15 to 18, and now 22 degrees Celsius. But I have to say I'm super impressed over the EX90, that we can travel actually so far even with high speed. But before we look at the results, we have to talk about charging. Because I have now connected to this EV charger. I didn't set this as a destination, so the car hasn't preheated the battery. I set the fashion outlet as a destination, because I just wanted to see the 10 to 80 time if you don't preheat the battery. But as I said, connected to this EV charger that can provide 360 kilowatt. However, the EX90 can only accept 200 kilowatt, because as the EX90 sits today, this is a 400 volt architecture car. And the CCS standards provide only up to 200 kilowatt on 500 amps with the 400 volt. If you want the peak power of the EX90, that is 250 kilowatt, then you have to visit a Tesla supercharger, because they can output over 625 amps. That is required to get the peak power of the EX90. But there's a huge but here, because I said it sits on a 400 volt architecture. Well, from model year 26, the EX90 will get 800 volt architecture. And then we also get significantly faster charging, maybe up to 350 kilowatts. And that's also why the EX90 production are delayed. So the model year 26 production won't commence before like week 49 of 2025. And it's estimated that the model year 26 cars will arrive in Norway from Q1 2026. But do you really need the 800 volt architecture? It depends on how you use the car. But yeah, let's look at the results. I'm just gonna put my sunglasses somewhere so I can see the phone. And this is super impressive. I'm just gonna overlay the picture that I just grabbed up on the side here. As you see, our consumption today was 25 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. You have to look at this part in the middle, since last charge. I have driven 421 kilometers. 421! That is from 100% and down to 2%, because I arrived here with 2% state of charge. Just perfect timing, or perfect The time driven 3 hours and 52. The first leg was about 1 hour and 45, and then it was like the second leg 2 hours and 2 hours and 7 on the way back, because this is the current trip. If we then go into the other screen, or the additional information, then we can see that my average speed have been 109 kilometer an hour. Yeah, 109. That's approximately 75. No, is it like 70 miles per hour? I will put it in, but this is the average speed. I have had the cruise control set, like 98% of the time, set to 120. Yeah. You see, driving has gone to 97%. Climate 1%, battery care and electronics 2%. So yeah, 421. Over 400 kilometers of highway driving. That is, I have to say, super impressed, even if the car is rolling on 21-inch alloys. These are wrapped in Pirelli Scorpion. We had like 265 45 in the front and 295 40 in the rear. But I have to say, super impressed with the range today of this EX90. And now let's see how the charging are going. We are actually not charging that fast. 32% state of charge, and we are at 115 kilowatts. But I will wait now to 80%, and then we'll take the outro and the final chat regarding the 10 to 80, because I'm timing it on my phone here. I can also overlay the charging curve, because this Avenue charger have a wicked app, so you can see the charging curve of this charging session. But yeah, I think I need to go in and grab some food, because this may take a little while. But yeah, 33%, you will rejoin when we hit 80%. So we're almost at 80%. Can you see this active arrow opening and closing, opening and closing? I have been sitting here for like 10 minutes probably, and it's constantly opening, closing, waiting, and then it's opening again. Just decide, have it open and blast in. But we're at 80%. Okay, stop the timer, open up the phone, stop the timer, stop. So, 10 to 80. It took a while, but this is without preheating. I just had this as a destination or this shopping center, because I didn't want to use up my battery range. So I wanted to see the full range of the EX90, so it's not preheated. But the time it took, 10 to 80. And I can also overlay the curve, because this application lets you see the curve. Not impressive at all, actually. You see, the peak power was 164 kilowatts, and then it dropped to like 122 before tapering off after 70%, give or takes. But the time spent, 39 minutes and 14 seconds. So let's say 39 minutes. 39 minutes from 10 to 80 without preheating on this supposedly rapid charger. But I would love to see higher, 164. I've been driving 4 hours in highway driving, so 200, that I think we should have seen. I think we should have been on at least 190, but 164, not impressive. I'm not sure if it's the car or if it's the charger that has limited this, but either way, 39 minutes. But yeah, I think it's time to wrap up this video, because yeah, have to continue my day, and tomorrow morning I will be taking this EX90 out on a long road trip, starting here from Oslo and heading over to my hometown Bergen. But first I think I need to give it a proper wash. It's just scattered with bugs. But yeah, holy crap. Even I have washed the windscreen just once on my halfway point. But yeah, it's time to disconnect. I can do the final charging at home. Let's see. Blinking, waiting. There we go. Unleash. So I think it's time to wrap up this video. I really hope you have enjoyed it. And once again, I'm super impressed with the EX90. 420 kilometers today, highway driving. So you can at least reckon like 400 kilometers, because it's not everyone that drives it so deep in the pack, down to 2% state of charge, but over 400 kilometers. Yeah, I'm impressed. Let's see how it goes tomorrow with slower speed. and also a mountain pass. But yeah, until next time, take care and bye bye.